First, the only suspicious thing was this hair black sphere, which continuously emitted a strange sound. With this object of unknown origin in hand, the chief along with his subordinate went to the mining site where Jack worked before he had a chance to inquire about the situation with the person in charge here. Jack, who had a strong suspicion against him, appeared in front of them that he seemed to know every move the police were making, and he smashed the car window and retrieved the black sphere. With aid capture, Jack directly climbed over the railing and jumped into the elevator shaft, falling heavily onto the top of the elevator. Before the elevator reached the bottom, Jack leaped down. Ignoring the astonished gazes of his colleague, he pressed a mysterious switch and threw the black sphere into the center of the hull. To the eye of the onlooker, the object on the ground began to miraculously float in midair, and then a violent explosion occurred. All the leads that the police had were abruptly cut off. Before closing the case, the chief brought in the town's medical examiner to examine the body, but it was clear that examining dozens of bodies would not be a quick task. After briefly summarizing the situation, the police chief went out to grab some late-night snacks. Once he opened the recorder, the medical examiner began dissecting the bodies. As he opened the chest cavity, the medical examiner noticed a common feature among them, which was the inexplicable absence of blood inside their body. Just as the medical examiner was perplexed by this, he suddenly heard a noise coming from the morgue. While counting the number of bodies, comment your favorite movie. One of them twitched its hand suddenly and then, like a zombie, sat up straight, possibly due to being motionless for too long. The initial movements of the body seemed unnaturally stiff as he followed the terrified medical examiner out of the morgue. The body regained its vitality all over again. The man standing before him was the same Jack whom the police chief had been pursuing. In the astonished gaze of the medical examiner, the man slowly revealed his true origins. The original Jack had died long ago, and he was an alien parasite living inside Jack's body. He consumed human blood to sustain himself, and when the host's blood was depleted, he would transfer to another host's body. The consciousness of the humans possessed by the alien was sealed in their subconscious. Although they had full perception of the outside world, they couldn't control their own body. Aliens who obtained all their memories disguised themselves as humans, and assimilated into society. Many significant historical events were actually manipulated by these aliens. Behind the scenes, after finishing speaking, Jack's mouth produced numerous tentacles that knocked out the medical examiner. When he woke up again, he found himself tied to the operating table. The alien informed him that the nutrients in Jack's body had basically been depleted, and now he needed to switch to another body to continue his mission of controlling humans. Controlling Jack's body, he proceeded to dissect himself. Then, using a surgical knife, he made an incision on the medical examiner's body. The true form of the alien slowly crawled out from Jack's body and began entering the medical examiner's body through the wound. Realizing that death was unavoidable, the medical examiner took the surgical knife from Jack's hand, resolved to blind his own eyes, puncture his eardrums, finally slit his own throat. Thus, even if the alien occupied his body, it wouldn't perceive the outside world, and with the loss of blood, his body would also lose its mobility. Using this method, the medical examiner successfully sealed the alien within his own body. When the police chief returned to the scene, the medical examiner had already passed away. On his chest, police chief found a message written in blood: destroy the tape and incinerate me. In the nearby recorder, everything that had just transpired was silently recorded. The aliens' plan to control humanity had failed.